Hi everyone, this is all found another informative video. I've been doing a lot of traveling lately and I must confess the gas or petrol prices have been really adding up. In view of that, in today's video I'm going over 12 tips on how to get the best fuel economy from your car. So come along with me. Tires are very important on vehicles. To get very good fuel economy on a car, the tires have to be in very good condition. As the tire wears, its circumference would reduce, and to cover the same distance, the tire would need to spin a lot more times, and this will be more work being done by the vehicle, which can lead to poor fuel economy. Size is also an important factor. A smaller tire would need to make more revolutions to cover the same distance as compared to a bigger one. This would definitely lead to more work being done by the car engine to cover the same distance and hence poor fuel economy. On the other hand, a large tire would seem advantageous, but this can lead to premature wear of the driveline components and suspension of the vehicle, and obviously that is not desirable. I shouldn't forget to mention tire pressures. Low tire pressures will lead to increased rolling resistance and hence poor fuel economy. On the other hand, running pressures that are too high can be very dangerous and can lead to road crashes. The next tip is the wheel alignment of your vehicle. If one of the wheels is being dragged as the vehicle moves along, this would definitely lead to low efficiency and subsequently poor fuel economy on the vehicle. You always want a situation whereby the car is moving with the least resistance possible in the safest manner. To achieve the best fuel economy for your car, get the highest quality tire of the right size and maintain correct pressures at all times. Another factor that could affect the fuel economy of a vehicle is its maintenance. A vehicle with a clogged engine air filter could compensate for that by introducing more petrol or gas in the engine, and this would lead to bad fuel economy. Also, if the spark plugs on the engine are worn out, fuel consumption on that vehicle could also increase, and obviously bad fuel economy. Also, with a clogged petrol filter, the settings for fuel economy on the engine could be thrown off and subsequently lead to bad fuel economy. Still on topic of maintenance, we cannot leave out engine oil changes. A well-lubricated engine is likely to operate more efficiently than one which is not well lubricated. For friction to be kept at its barest minimum, the best quality engine oil should be used so that the various moving parts in the engine can move freely without the engine wasting any power overcoming itself. That explains why on some engine oils on the market, it's actually written on them energy conserving. Therefore, to get the best fuel economy for your vehicle, use the highest quality engine oil recommended for your vehicle and ensure that the oil gets changed at the right intervals. Another factor that could adversely affect the fuel economy on a vehicle is the air conditioning system. If the air conditioning system isn't getting cool fast enough, that would impose more loading on the engine and that would lead to increase in fuel consumption. In essence, the air conditioning system should get as cold as fast as possible so that it can cut off as a when due and ultimately lower the fuel consumption on the vehicle. Some of the measures to ensure that the air conditioning system is operating effectively and efficiently include ensuring that there is enough refrigerant in the system in the first place, also ensuring that the condenser fins are all clear so that there can be adequate airflow through, and then lastly, ensuring that the air conditioning system is only used when it's necessary because the system imposes an additional load on the engine and all things being equal would lead to a slight increase in fuel consumption by such a vehicle. Another major contributor to a vehicle having bad fuel economy is hard accelerations. Usually when a vehicle is taken off, because of the fact that it has to overcome itself, a lot of petrol gets used up in the process. If you can accelerate very gradually, and depending on whether you're driving a manual or automatic transmission, allow the gears to change at a relatively low RPM, say 2000 RPM, and let the vehicle gain speed in a very gradual fashion, you will achieve very good fuel economy. Just like I'm showing in this clip, we can see that the speedometer on the left is rising very gradually and the RPMs barely ever exceed 2000 RPM. I know it can be very boring driving this way, but a definite sacrifice has to be made if you're trying to achieve extremely good fuel economy with your vehicle. Very good complements to gradual accelerations would be to anticipate stopping and in such situations ensure that you have lifted your foot off the gas so that the vehicle slowly and gradually decelerates even without you pressing on the brakes. If you can discipline yourself and practice this driving style for a full tank of gas or petrol, you'll be amazed at the numbers and distance that you can cover and the amount of money you'd save at the pump eventually. Another important tip to achieve very good fuel economy in a vehicle is to avoid driving at high speeds. Usually, as speed increases beyond a certain limit, fuel consumption by the vehicle increases astronomically. This is largely due to the design of the vehicle and also increase of aerodynamic resistance as vehicle speeds increase. If you don't exceed 70 miles per hour or about 110 kilometers per hour, I think your fuel economy will be good. Therefore, it's best to plan one trip well in advance so that there won't be any need to hurry and eventually drive at high speeds. Another tip on getting very good fuel economy from your vehicle is to select your gears properly. If you're driving a manual transmission vehicle, you can use the tachometer or your RPM gauge to determine when to shift to the next higher gear. For example, you can make an upshift when the tachometer gets to 2000 RPM. For automatic transmission vehicles, you want to ensure that the gear selector is on the drive position when you're cruising along because I've seen situations whereby the driver mistakenly puts the selector on probably a lower gear or even in the sports shift position. Doing any of these would definitely affect the fuel economy of the vehicle as the vehicle may not get to its overdrive gear. Also, like I mentioned earlier, it's necessary to keep a light foot on the gas, especially in the case of automatic transmission vehicles, whereby a shift takes place as a result of the pressure of the driver's foot on the gas pedal. In essence, shifts should take place at a lower RPM when the driver has a light foot on the gas pedal. If you want very good fuel economy, you shouldn't be driving around with an MIL light on. On this 2008 Mitsubishi Outlander, I have the service engine soon light on, also known as the check engine light. If the malfunction indicator lamp is on your vehicle, it implies that your vehicle computer has detected a fault in one of its systems, and that could lead to poor fuel economy by such a vehicle. You should get the vehicle diagnosed as soon as possible in order to determine the cause of the light staying on and get the issue fixed as soon as possible for the car to have very good fuel economy. Whenever you're driving along, there should be no warning lights staying on as you can see here. And also here, in this case, we have a green light on in the lower right corner. This is the economy light. This indicates that I'm driving in an economic fashion and saving gas or petrol in the process. Another very important tip is to ensure that while traveling at highway speeds, all the car windows are up. This is because as the vehicle travels at such speeds, the resistance from wind becomes greater. You want your vehicle to be as aerodynamic as possible so that it slices through the air easily. My next tip deals with the weather. If you can plan your journeys around times when the weather or temperatures are cooler, you're likely to get better fuel economy. This is because when temperatures are cooler, the density of air in the atmosphere is higher, and all things being equal, your vehicle engine will require less fuel to operate, and thus you would achieve better fuel economy. I noticed this especially when I had a turbocharged vehicle. Whenever the weather was cooler, I would feel a lot more power Even in the advances, I still experience the same thing. So obviously, you get more power when the weather is cooler and thus better fuel economy. I actually got more than 12 tips and we've covered 10 in this video. In the next video, I'll be going over the concluding tips for you. I hope you found the video useful. If you did, don't forget to leave me a like. Also, if you're yet to subscribe, remember to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Catch you on the next one. Stay safe out there.